Hi, I'm Steve Howard. Many of us are taking far more photos today than we ever thought we would, and are looking for new and better ways, more interesting ways, to share them with our friends and family. Well, I wanted to show you tonight how you can do it with a free app that comes built into Windows called Microsoft Photos. Now, you may be used to Photos for saving your photos in, but I want to show you how you can also use a Microsoft Photos to create a fairly interesting slideshow. It does have some shortfalls, but for free, it has a lot of kind of interesting features. And let's dig in and show you what there is. First, of course, we'll have to go down and load it, whether you have a shortcut for starting it or you click your photos in your app and it will come up like so. I have several previous projects. You notice it's really aimed at the photos, hence the name Microsoft Photos. People, folders, albums, previous video project. Yes, it is a video editor too. But we want to go over here on the right-hand side to where it says New Video. And we're going to click Open. And we're going to say a new video project. You can also, let me explain, automatic video, where you can have it automatically take all your photos and clips and assemble it together how it thinks it should be and time it to music. But it will continually change the length of each of your slides to make it fit your music. And I personally don't really like to use that. So what I do is I go to a new video project, and that's what we're going to do tonight. Then when it comes up, you're going to name your video. What are we going to call it? Let's be real creative, and we'll call it tonight's slideshow. And we'll move on from there. Just click OK, and it's ready to go. Now you see the windows. It presents you with three windows. You've got your project library. Some places called a media bin. On the right, you also have a window that is where the preview is as you're scrolling through your show, or to see just exactly what you have in the window and know where you're working at. Down at the bottom is a storyboard where each of your photos and clips will go in the order that you want to place them. We'll use this plus sign over here on the left to add our clips. Now we'll add both still photos, and yes, you can even add video clips to your show to add a little bit of motion to it if it fits in the particular story you're trying to tell with this group of photos. It's kind of interesting. So let's go add some photos. And there's three choices you can make from this PC, which means you can go out and find a folder and grab your photos that you want to add. From my collection, which is from collections that are built inside of the Photos app itself. I don't use photos in that way, so I don't have any. Or from the web, let you go out and grab some photos that you know the locations of out on the internet. We're going to use from this PC tonight. And I've got a folder set up with a bunch of images I've imported in there. I'm just going to grab a few of them here just to use. And if you notice, if you highlight them all, I click the first one, hold the shift key and select the last one, and then click open, and they'll all go into our little media bin. Now let's go add let's put a video clip in there, just so I have one to show you how it works. And we'll add this one right here and click open. Now when they're in this bin, you can pick them one at a time and drag them down, and they'll go in any order that you want them to. You can remove this photo. I'm just right-clicking to remove it because I want to show you a faster way to do it. And as you go into your media bin here, you can see all of the pictures, including the little video clip. Video clips are marked with the little play button, if you will, here on the side. Plus it gives you the file name so you know kind of where you're at. I'll click on the first one up here, noted by the little green check mark here in each window. I'm going to hold the Shift key down again and click the last one, and you notice all of them got highlighted. I'm going to then drag and drop them down there. Or let's do it another way. The other way you can do is just simple one click, and they all go down to your storyboard, all automagically, as they say here. It's kind of an easy thing to do. Plus, in your videos here, if you want to see these a little larger, you're presented with two selections. You can choose the large format, which shows you each of your clips a little bit bigger, but we're going to use this one tonight and just show you those. Over here, as I mentioned earlier, was the preview, and as you notice, you click play. This playhead will move as you go through here, and it'll show you where you're at in your video. Then we have slide timing, which means how long will each of your slides that you have here show. The default right now has been 3 seconds, but that's not really enough for me. I like them a little bit longer, so let's change these to 5 seconds. I'm going to highlight the first one, and I'm going to go all the way to the end. I want to skip the video there because that's got its own length, and I'm going to hold down the Shift key and click on the last. And then you'll notice all of them are selected, all the little green check marks telling you they're all selected. And all we have to do then is right click on one of them and see where it says duration. We click duration, and you can put it in here however long you want it. We're just going to stick with 5 seconds. For a slideshow, 5 to 7 seconds is kind of like an optimum time for each slide to be displayed. And you'll notice in each clip you have in here, the little icons in the corner. This simply tells you that it's a still photo. And over here on our video, you can see it's a little film strip there, letting you know at a glance that that's a video rather than a still photo. And here it says there is a soundtrack. It's got a volume part of that slide. Okay, after we've set the slide timing, I want to go over this little menu we've got here. First, we have the Add Title card, which does just what it sounds. It'll add a little title in front of, well, wherever you currently are at. Let me show you here. If you click on this, it will bring up a screen, and the color is editable. You right-click, and you can edit. Well, let's get rid of that ugly green background. Let's go to a little softer. Oh, that's a little too light. Let's just put a orange. Get all kinds of creative with it, and that becomes your background. You can right click on it, and it will allow you to edit the text. So if you want to put text over this, you can go to the upper box here and just click my title. And by choosing one of these, it will set the style and the font. You can see all automatically. So you add your title here and then set your look by playing with these different styles that they've got set in here for you. Now this is a title card, and then you can change the location. Right now it's center, put it to the top, the bottom, right, left. You choose it, it's up to you. I'll just put it at the bottom, and then we'll click done. And it will produce a title card right where you were. Now this is a solid color, and if it's not where you wanted it to be, just hold the left mouse, go all the way to the front, and we'll put it at the front of the show. If you, the duration, we already covered, changing the duration of the slides. And next, this is text. Now, text in this context means you can set text and it will just go over where your current slide is at. Oh, let's just go back down to cartoon, and we'll click that. Except I was on that, so that's not. If you didn't want that on the slide, but you wanted text on the image you were on, click on the image that you're going to want to work on, right-click on it, and click Edit and Text. And we can then put our text here. And he said, oh, my truck. Helps if I spell things right, isn't it? My truck. And we'll save that as text there. And it goes right over the photo you are currently selected. So you can add a title card with a colored background. You can add text to the bottom of any of your clips and work from there. It works pretty good. Now you can go back and change that. You can modify it. And other things you can add is motion, which is a slow pan movement, slow zoom out to the left, zoom out right. As you see here, they're just movements that are applied to that particular slide. And we can go and here, let's go back one slide. We'll start this one, and as you go into this slide here, you'll see it slowly. See how it's doing the slow movement? That's what those 3D motion effects will do. 3D effects, I'm not really a big fan of, but you may find a use for them. These are explosions, fires, comets, candle flames, confetti. You can do all sorts of things. Play with them for fun. Little aspects you might. I'll just show you what you can do. It doesn't really work. There's a tree stump. Let's make that thing explode. And you can rotate, how you want this thing to look. You can move it around. I'll leave it right there. We'll click done. And it applies it to our picture. Then once you've applied the effect, let's review it. It will take a while to process. It's a little bit of a graphic rendering to do. So give it a little time. And you go back and review it. Here, let's click play here. And we'll go through this one just before it. And as soon as it gets to the next slide, we should. There's our little explosion and things like that. It's not really something I use a lot of, but you may find it of interest. Next, we're going to filters. This again is of marginal use, but you can change kind of the look of your pictures, change the color tone, make pixelated, black and white, and you can always go back to the original. Filters, that's all what they do. Then what I wanted to cover earlier, what I mentioned, aspect ratio, was these are the black. We want to get rid of those black bars. Now you can right click on these pictures and resize, remove black bars, but I like to do it up here. When I'm processing it through, I'll just step right through this menu one step at a time. We click this little square box here and remove the black bars, and bing, bang, boom. It zooms in your picture just enough to get rid of the black bars. So you want to make sure that your picture has enough information on it, enough of a photo that will be left after it clips, because you will lose a little bit of the picture. Here, let's try another one. You notice this one where the line for the barn door is. When I get rid of the back bars, suddenly it's right up against the edge here. But it does a really good job, so I like using it. And that's one way to get rid of black bars in any pictures you may have that don't really have enough. Or get rid of the black bars anyway. Also, after going through that, just so you know, you can right-click on an image, and even from each image, you can add the title card, change the duration like we did earlier. You can edit text, motion, 3D effects, filters. You can resize, shrink to fit, which is how it came in, or you can remove black bars. You can cut the photo out. You can cut all the things that you might need to do someday are all right there. So we're going to remove the black bars again, and there we go. That's another way you can do that. Finally, we've got an upper menu here, is background music. Now, it comes with a fairly reasonable library of all sorts of different types of music. And you can test it and see what it sounds like. Sound turned on here, but you can play that and add it to your soundtrack. But what happens if you've got a video with its own sound here? Well, if you want to listen to music and you don't want that particular slide, let's say it's as this one is, a bunch of background noise getting ready, engines running, you can click that icon and you can adjust its sound level down. Now, it's for the entire clip. You can't do just a little bit of the clip and then turn it back up later. What you adjust this for is what you're getting that entire clip. So if you've got sound and you're in a video clip, and chances are you will, you can choose here to keep the volume up or keep the volume down to allow your music to play. Then custom audio will allow you to choose your own music track from different places that you have on your local computer. So you click here, I don't have any, but you would here just find the WAV file or MP3 or whatever soundtrack you happen to have that you want in there, your customized music, and it'll be added in just the same as the others. And finally, we've got this little, we won't finish the video just yet. I want to show you one more thing. Here's this little 3 dots. We can duplicate this project, make another copy of it so we can like change it. Let's say we have one with certain colors, or better yet, how about you have one slideshow that uses one particular piece of music, and then you want the same slideshow with a different type of music. This allows you to go in there, have 2 different slideshows without recreating it, each with a different piece of music. You can back up this project and save it, so it's there for the next time you want to come in and you just want to modify things. Themes are mainly for videos, so I'm not really going to get into those here, but if you got a video and you're throwing together a video, it'll throw kind of some special effects that are in mainly if you're doing video. Remember, we're actually using the video editor here, so it doesn't know what our outgoing plans are. And 16:9 landscape, this enables us to change the ratio of our project, but I strongly recommend you do most of them at 16:9. You'll have the best luck with it. Send feedback to Microsoft, individual settings. This just shows you the window settings and where you're at. It's pretty much standard stuff there. Click the arrow, go back to your photos. Then there's the finish video selection where you can choose your options. If you've got a hardware encoder, you can use that to help speed things up. But you can set your video in high, medium, or low quality. For the most cases, 1080p is what you should try for. That'll give you the best results on most computer monitors and TV screens. Then it will come up and ask you where you want to save it. Give it a file name here or just leave it as such. Click export, and then you can watch it through here. We'll pause this and come back when it's done. The amount of time these videos or slideshows take to complete was highly dependent on the number of photos you've got, how long your duration is, how strong your computer is. It can vary widely, all depend on your computer and photo size. As they say, your mileage may vary. Be back in a moment. And there we go. And when it's done, it automatically opens the video you created and begins playing it. As you can see, the playhead down here is going. There's my creative title called My Truck. And if I remember right, yeah, here it is. Now comes our big fireball. Kind of blow that stump up out of the way. And away it goes. Let me just shut this off. And there we go. And let's just play it safe. I'm going to back up this project. Choose the backup location. Again, pick where you want to put it. Click save. And it's going to back up, including the slides. Now, while that's doing that, let me talk about the cons with using Microsoft Slideshow, or Microsoft Photos rather, for your slideshow. For one thing, it's only for Windows, and for most of us that's not going to be that big of a deal. But the other thing that bothers me a little bit is you can't, hold on for the term here, you can't duck the audio. In other words, if I'm playing a music track here along the bottom and I come to this clip here that has its own audio, I can't drop one temporarily and let the other one play through, and then when it's done, redo it and bring it back up again. We can, as I showed earlier, you can only adjust your volume all the way up or all the way down for the entire length of the clip. It may not seem like much now, but there'll come to a point later on, if you do a few of these slideshows, where you'll wish you had that capability. And in some of the other slideshow tools I'll be showing here coming up, you can see how handy that feature can be. It certainly is one of the things that I really consider necessary. And to me then, finally, one of the biggest ones is there's no transitions. As you notice when we go through the slideshow, from title card to photo to photo to photo, it's just, here, let me play it here and you'll see what I mean. It just abruptly goes from one photo to the next. Boom, it's there. There's no soft dissolves into it. There's no what they call the Ken Burns effect, where it would slowly move the photo to make it look like they're actually moving a little bit. Small zooms where it starts small, gets big, anything like that. There are no transitions to allow you to soften the blow from going from one photo to the other. But that's it. That's the only three things I got going against it. The pros, it comes with Windows, it's free, it's probably already installed, and it does a fair job. And when you consider the price, it does an outstanding job. So hopefully you'll come back and let me show you what some of the other slideshow tools I've been looking at and use myself are like, and what they offer above and beyond what this one does. And then you can make your own choice. One tool does not fit all. This may be all you care for and all you need. Between the title card and the text and the sound and adding music, that might be just fine for what you need. So hopefully that helps. If there's anything along these lines that you'd like me to look into and talk about, please comment below. Let me know. If you comment, I'll get an email mentioning that. I'd love to know what else you need to dig into, and we'll show you that. Whether it's slideshows, video, we're going to be digging into it all. I've got 2 or 3 more slideshow editors coming up. One more free one and another one that costs a little bit, but not an awful lot. Very well, that allows you to very easily and simply produce some very professional slideshows with all of the things that I complained about here are present in that one. So until then, please subscribe, click like below, give me the thumbs up as they say, and let me know how I can help you. Until then, see you later.